Well, hello once again. This is me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from Haslingden, north of Manchester in the UK, on Thursday, the 13th of October 2011. This is my vlog for the 2 weeks up to today. 2 weeks or so, a few days, more than 2 weeks up to today. Having been on holiday away from the UK in the beautiful country of Romania, where I visited and stayed with my girlfriend, Loredana. I flew from Manchester on KLM, the Dutch airline, which is closely linked with Air France. It's about approximately 5 hours flying time, the 1 hour or so to Amsterdam, then a wait, and then a flight on from there to Bucharest. The airport of Bucharest is called Otopeni, O-T-O-P-E-N-I. Both flights were on a Boeing 737 with winglets. As it says, you may have noticed there are some Boeings which have these little winglets on the ends of the wings. What effect that has, I don't know, but I'm quite happy when we take off and land. There's always that moment when you're hurtling down the runway and you think to yourself, will she or won't she? While saying a little silent prayer. I spent 2 nights in Bucharest at a little hostel called the Hostel Tina there, not far from the boulevard Camaresu, one of the big boulevards radiating out from the centre. Very reasonably priced, comfortable, clean, respectable, very helpful guy called Constantine runs it. It's about 200 metres or so, or 300 metres perhaps, from where my girlfriend lives, so it's very convenient. I can walk there in a few minutes. My girlfriend lives with her 97-year-old aunt, so there's no funny business, if you know what I mean. There's permanent chaperone. After 2 nights in Bucharest, her father, having arrived from the far north, assists us to negotiate the aunt, who is 97, onto an overnight train which travels through the night to a town in the far north called Vatradone, which is in the lovely area called Bukovina in the county of Suceava. As the train travels through the night, it passes through the town where my girlfriend's parents live, called Gura Moralwi, her mother joins the train there for the final 2 hours to Vatradone. Vatradone is a very nice ski-type resort, very clean, some nice hotels, nice little restaurants, cake shops, etc., ski run and skiing. And we stay for 2 nights at a monastery, about half an hour's, 20 minutes taxi drive from Vatradone. It's a monastery called Gurgiten, and especially designed apparently for nuns who wear a very attractive form of dress, not the sort of winged variety that we remember as from our school days, but a very nice sort of crown affair with covering their ears, and very often you'll see them with a mobile phone in their headdress. chattering away as they whisk around the various corridors of the hotel part of this complex, of this monastery complex. Very beautiful area. And next door is a health spa where you can get all kinds of massage and mud treatments and salt baths, you name it, they've got it. After 2 nights there, we then took the 2-hour train ride back to Gura Hamorlwi, heading east, roughly midway towards Suceava. And there I stayed in a hotel there, a very nice hotel called the Cimmeria, not the best in town, but very pleasant. Nice view from the balcony to the river, and they gave me an apartment for less than €20 a night. An apartment, 3 rooms, bathroom, a little sitting room with TV and a sofa and an armchair, and the bedroom, and then the balcony on the outside. Whilst there, my girlfriend and I went up the ski lift, which is an open-seated kind of ski lift, not cabins, not little cockpits, sort of glass bowls in which you sit, but an open chair so that you're open to the atmosphere. And we headed up the mountain, very cheap, at €20, beg your pardon, 20 lei, which is £4 for 2 people. So it's £2 each for the ride to the top and back again. Beautiful view. Unfortunately, I suffer from vertigo, so most of the trip was uncomfortable, to say the least. I did it for love of my girlfriend, who loves it, and she was quite happy to sit suspended in space, taking photographs with one hand as we travelled. And when we got to the top, there was a party of German students also enjoying the view, and I took lots of photographs, many of which are now on Picasso, out on the web. We also visited a beautiful area of woodlands, went out for a meal or so, and then we took a day train back to Bucharest, where I spent another 2 nights in the hostel. We took an open-top bus tour bus around the city, very reasonably priced. Good 50-minute journey, seeing all the famous sites. The huge Palace of the Parliament, which is the second biggest public building on earth after the Pentagon, and the Arc de Triomphe, and various other sites. I also took a few video clips from the top of the bus, which are also out on YouTube. In addition, I took a little video of the view from the balcony of the monastery hotel at Jurgitain, near Vatradone, and you can hear the church bells in the background. That's also out on YouTube. Then, sadly, I had to leave Bucharest on KLM on Tuesday last, fly to Schiphol, Amsterdam, change planes, and then return to Manchester. Now, I like Schiphol Airport, beautifully designed, huge. Sometimes the plane takes 15 to 20 minutes to actually taxi to the runway. It's that big. Now, in the airport's buildings themselves, very well organised, lots of very simple, easily manoeuvrable trolleys abound, so that you never have to carry luggage far. They're free to use. You don't need a pound coin or a euro coin of any kind to disconnect the trolley from its neighbour, as you do in Manchester. And they're light enough to take into the shops with you, the duty-free shops, while carrying your luggage. Now, of course, in my case, I only had a large carry-on bag because I checked in my other equally large hold-all bag at Manchester on the way out. So the plane was carrying my 2 bags and me. 1 bag inside and 1 bag in the hold. Now the problem excuse me, when you get to Manchester is you get off the plane and you find there are no trolleys. Trolleys are not allowed in that part of the airport. So unless your bag has wheels, you have to hump it by hand a heck of a distance through to passport control. Then carry on humping it to the luggage carousel to retrieve your check-in bags. And it's only in that part of the airport that you can get a trolley. But of course you need a £1 coin, and of course I didn't have one on me, so I had to change a £5 note at a machine there into £1 coins in order to get a trolley by disconnecting it from its neighbour, as you do with supermarket trolleys. This is a confounded nuisance. Anyway, I collected my check-in bag. Now I had 2 bags on a trolley, pushed them through customs and out. I then had to try and find which part of the airport I would meet my taxi. Now there are no signs saying pick-up point because there isn't a pick-up point. If you have arranged a taxi, it has to come into the car park and pay £2.20 for the privilege and a 10-minute allowance of time in order to collect you. But of course, here I am with a trolley with 2 bags on it. In order to retrieve my £1 coin, I have to wander about looking for another trolley with which to conjoin my trolley to recover the £1 coin. This defeats the object because I then have to take the 2 bags off and then look for my taxi. So I'd gone 100 metres to find another trolley in which to get my £1 coin back, and then had to carry the bags 100 metres back, rather defeating the object at my age of having and using a trolley. And of course they must get lots and lots of £1 coins that people can't be bothered wandering about to look for a mate trolley in order to recover a £1 coin. What a racket. And the same with the taxi having to pay £2.20 rather the taxi driver having to pay £2.20 to come into the airport. The other problem I find with Manchester Airport is they have a very slippy floor in the duty-free shop area, and my kind of shoes make me feel uneasy on that kind of floor. Now whether the idea is to make me slow down so that I'm tempted to buy some cigarettes or perfume or whiskey or whatever, I don't know. But I've added that to a letter of complaint to the CEO of Manchester Airport. And in addition, I've also mentioned the fact that on the way out, when you've gone through the security control, past the barriers, as we say, into the shop area, ready for embarkation, you choose a place to sit, and then you have to keep your eye on the indicator boards which come up with guidance as to which gate your flight will take off from, if it's not already displayed when you get there. But unfortunately, the indicator boards don't face the seating areas. So you have to keep getting up off your seat and walking a few meters to look at the board to see whether the gates come up. And of course, if you're on your own, you have to keep a sharp eye on your luggage, which rather makes one feel a little bit uneasy. So, not as good as Skipple. I will let you know what the CEO of Manchester Airports Group says in his reply, if he replies. A year ago I sent a complaint and didn't even bother getting an acknowledgement. So we shall see. I've got a feeling this in reply to this one, because I sent copies to 2 of his assistants and announced that I was sending copies also to various travel editors on various national newspapers. That will certainly catch his eye. So that's the reason I've been off air for the past 2 weeks. I didn't take my computer with me, so I couldn't upload anything while away. I didn't want to announce that I was going to be away for 2 weeks in case somebody decided to come and remove my furniture. And I'm going to say God bless, while it's still legal here in the UK to say God bless. Take care. Bye for now.